Namaskar, I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Welcome to Namaste Digital. Now, how time flies. It seems just yesterday that we came to you with this special program, and today we conclude this series. This may be the concluding episode, but our journey of learning will continue. Over the past weeks, we learned about taking small steps in taking our business online. Today, let's focus on the big picture. From running a business to creating a brand, an identity that will separate you from the competition. We will also go down the memory lane, once again meet the experts, heroes who inspired us to embrace the power of digital. Welcome to the finale of Namaste Digital.
Small businesses are the backbone of our economy and communities. From shopkeepers to small and medium-sized enterprises, small businesses provide employment to over 11 crore people. Coronavirus pandemic has affected the economies everywhere, including India. Small businesses in India are also facing challenges because of the pandemic. Now, more than ever, internet and digital tools can help small businesses maintain business continuity and minimize disruption. Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has also asked the business community to invest in digital tools to keep them running and support the country collectively face this challenge. In this series, we will take you through helpful information about using digital tools and bringing your business online. From listing your business online and getting discovered by customers who may be searching for businesses like yours, to using digital payments for enabling contactless shopping experience, and setting up online stores for selling directly to customers anywhere. This is the beginning of your digital journey. Welcome to Namaste Digital. व्यापार की बात डिजिटल के साथ.
So there's lots to learn and look forward to in this final episode of Namaste Digital as well. So today in Namaste Digital, we will learn how professional identity and branding can help MSMEs, small medium businesses, grow large and strong, role that the government is playing in creation of an empowered digital ecosystem. We will revisit some aspects of staying safe online and also discuss online learning resources, digital tools, business planning and branding that you can refer to boost your business. So today we're talking about creating a brand image for your business. We'll now look at some data related to the situation of branding and online marketplace as of today in India. More than 600 high-value indigenous brands are there in India. They've made a mark for themselves. The leading brands in fashion, food, electronics, furnishing that you and I often go up to. It's a great opportunity for D2C, direct-to-customer brands. US $100 billion market by 2025 is the projection for online companies to do well and capture that market. Enterprises that use online platforms are 5 times more likely to export. This is what the data suggests. Their potential to reach out to customers outside is much higher. India is the 4th largest retail market in the world, but that's not it. The figure that comes after that is a significant one. Less than 4% of India's retail market is online. So there is tremendous potential scope for growth that exists. About 30% annual growth is expected in the e-retail market over the next 5 years in the country. So you can take your business to this platform and benefit from it. Some 350 million shoppers would be there in retail space in the next 5 years. So think of how many of those could be in fact reaching out to you for your business or service. So those were some of the highlights of the way branding in the retail market stands today. Let us now meet our expert of the day, Gaurav Chaudhary. He's better known as Technical Guruji with around 20 million subscribers on YouTube. He is one of the biggest tech YouTuber and influencer in India. Let's learn from him about branding.
Hello friends, my name is Gaurav Chaudhary, better known as Technical Guruji from my YouTube channel Technical Guruji. In this series, you have already learned about creating an online presence for your offline business. Now the question is that, how do you make your business stand out from the others? Answer is by building a very strong brand for your business. तो जल्दी से आगे बढ़ते हैं, चलिए शुरू करते हैं. The first question is, what is branding? Now, branding helps create a unique identity for your business. It separates you from the competition. So how do you create a unique identity or branding for your business online? The first step in creating an identity for anyone or anything is a name. And not just any name, a uniquely identifiable name that makes it easier for others to remember you or your business. This is true for offline as well as online businesses. Also, the name of your business needs to clearly tell people what they can expect from it. For example, I named my first YouTube channel as Technical Guruji because I wanted to help people learn new information about technology in a language that they could easily understand. Also, with a unique or a different name, customers can easily find your online business profile on search engines or social media platforms. Now, which one do you think is easier to find? Gaurav's online channel or Technical Guruji? Now, of course, Technical Guruji. Now, similarly, when you are building a website for your business or creating an email account to interact with your customers or suppliers, having a custom domain name always helps you establish a unique identity for your business and make it look more professional and credible as well. Now, the second important element about your branding and professional identity is the logo of your business. Let's take a look at an example. Let's say you run a clothing brand that sells online to customers using an e-commerce portal. Now, does this brand sell casual lifestyle items for younger customers? Or does this brand sell formal items for working or business professionals? Does this brand sell special items for sports people or fitness enthusiasts? Or does this brand sell customized tailored items for festivals and special occasions like weddings? Now, a logo helps convey the overall nature or character of your brand. Your logo can be a combination of an image and some text, most likely your brand name, and the same image and text can be used to create many different logos based on the fonts and the color schemes you choose. Now, what combination of the above you choose, it helps create that unique identity for your brand. Now, you will use your logo everywhere. You have to use that on your website, on your business cards, the packaging of your products, and your promotional material. Now, always reminding the customers about what your brand is and what does it stand for. There are many online services and tools that can help you create a custom logo for all your brand and business needs, or you can do it by yourself. You can find these resources online, go through their websites to find out more about their features and choose the one that best suits your needs. I hope this information will help you take the first step towards building your own brand and creating a unique professional identity for your business. As you start using the internet and digital tools for your business, you may have questions or even want to learn more. You can use popular online learning platforms like Coursera, Udemy, Udacity, and many others to learn about digital tools and even more. There are many creators on YouTube and other social media platforms who also share helpful content on these topics across many languages. You can also explore Google's completely free learning solutions for small businesses, Google Digital Unlocked website, and Google Primer mobile app to continue learning about everything from creating online presence for your business to social media marketing and online commerce, as well as branding and marketing skills for your business in very simple and easy terms. So while this series comes to an end for now, your digital journey has just begun. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं व्यापार की बात डिजिटल के साथ. नमस्ते डिजिटल.
So that was Technical Guruji simplifying the exciting world of branding for us. Let's now take this discussion, this program forward. Three eminent guests are joining us now to take the conversation forward. Let me introduce you to the panel of guests joining us. Saurabh Tiwari, Joint Secretary, Cabinet Secretariat. Mr. Dilip Chenoy, Secretary General, FICCI. And Shalini Girish, Director, Google Customer Solutions, India. A very warm welcome to all three of you. Thanks very much for joining us in this program. Saurabh, if I can begin with you. Make in India, one district, one product. These are all part of the vision to some extent in the creation of Brand India. If we talk about the journey that there has been in the recent years, how would you reflect upon it? How has it been and what difference has Digital India, digital tools made in the creation of Brand India?
Thank you. One India, one product. Start with, I had to visit the Kumbh Mela in Allahabad about a year back, and there was one India, one product where the one ODOP from UP was being displayed, and I was amazed at how the whole ODOP ecosystem was being displayed, and what type of a brand it created. Mind you, the place was where people from the length and breadth of country were converging, from every nook and corner of the country were coming, and the very hinterland, or what we call the true Bharat, was available at that place. And the way the whole ecosystem came up, including the digital part of it, was really amazing. I had an occasion to move around the various branding stalls also, and the amount of demand and the amount of curiosity that was being generated was seen to be believed. So as you started with ODOP and the digital platforms, that is something which is, I would say, the sky is the limit. And as we move more and more into the Mofussil India, the hinterland of India, we are going to have tremendous business opportunities, not only in Tier B and Tier B cities, but the entire villages of India. One thing I would again like to point out is that there is the Bharat Bank project of the government of India, whereby the optical fiber is being taken to 3.5 lakh gram panchayats of the country. And this would be a big booster in the infrastructure that is required for the digital transformation to take place. Much of it has already happened, and the rest is likely to be completed in a year or two. So given all these things, I see very exciting times for the digital revolution to really take off and move into the farthest corners of the country.
Right. Dilip Chinoyji, if I can come to you, we're talking about smaller, medium businesses coming on their own on digital platforms. When one is growing one's business, how significant is this idea of working towards creating a unique image, a unique brand towards of one's business, of one's work, and how does embracing digital help in that?
Thank you, Shubhendu. It's a pleasure to be here in this final episode again. Let me put it, we heard the tech guru speak about branding. That is kind of applicable for new firms or people who are starting out on their journey today. But for existing firms, one thing that COVID, the pandemic, has taught us all, that if you're not on digital, from order to delivery and payment, you are missing out a large segment. In fact, in the early days, if there's a lockdown where contactless delivery and contactless payment were the norm, if you did not adapt to that, you would have zero sales. So the first thing is that, and a lot of this is going to be mainstream going forward post-COVID. The first thing is that if you're not on digital platforms, and there are multiple platforms, there could be an e-commerce site, it could be a direct listing directory, it could be a government site, it could be a chamber of commerce site, it could be exhibitions. You have to actually map out where and all you want to be present. That's the first thing. The second thing is the entire digital experience, from the way people can view your product online. They can reach out to you, they can reach out to ordering, your delivery, your connect with a logistics partner to deliver, and ensuring that payment comes in. But more importantly, how do you deal with returns and complaints and things going forward? So the whole experience that one as a customer faces for your product is really the digital experience and creating a brand. You might have the best logo in the world, you might have the best presence on the internet, But if you don't back it up with good products and services and grievance redressal process, you are not going to be a good digital company. So if you look at it in the pandemic, if you took first, the essential things were delivered by the e-commerce companies. Then, pharmacists, e-pharmacies got on to delivering medicines. But soon the local kirana stores also became digital, not necessarily using the internet and an e-commerce site, but using a phone and being digitally connected on the phone, whether it's broadcast groups or sending what you wanted
and through payments perhaps,
right, from apps, right, and whatever it is, using WhatsApp or anything like that. So people adapted. My best story about people going digital dates back to the era of on November 8th when we had the demonetization being announced. And after that, I went to a petrol pump to fill petrol, right? And the guy said, we have not yet moved on to digital, all forms of digital payment. Our machine is not working, etc. And I drive out, I pay in cash, and I drive out of the petrol pump, and I'm at the red light. And it was a Saturday. And for North Indians, Saturday, a lot of people carry Sunny Maharaj. And lo and behold, that guy with the Sunny Maharaj had a Paytm QR code. So if he adapted, and you could donate using that. So that is the power of digital, and that's how people can use digital to grow their businesses.
Right. Shalini, Girish ma'am, if I can come to you. From you, we'd like to learn about how is Google working towards becoming an enabler, not just helping businesses come online, but also tools that can help them achieve a distinct identity for themselves. How is that happening, ma'am?
Sure. Thank you, Shubhendu, for inviting us here today. So Google actually has been, trying to work with the SME ecosystem. It's been a long-term commitment for us, and even before the pandemic and during the pandemic, I think we've tried to adapt our initiatives to ensure that we are more of an enabler for the small and medium businesses in India to start their digital journey and also kind of not just start their journey, but how can they kind of grow and succeed. So I kind of think of our efforts in three broad areas. We want to help businesses learn new skills. We want them to kind of grow, and we want them to succeed. So let me just give you some examples of how we are doing these three or addressing these three areas. In terms of learning, I think we've realized during the pandemic that small and medium businesses really struggled to understand how they can kind of get their business continuity going. And there was a lot of pent-up need to learn how to kind of start their digital journey in rather a rush, right? So we already had a bunch of digital learning programs, one called Digital Unlocked, which is a web-based learning program. We also have a Primer, which is an app-based learning program, given that majority of India accesses their the internet through their phone. So we made sure that these skilling programs are available easily and in one central location. So I think in terms of growing, what we realized is that there are a lot of resources, even we were offering, and it was not very easy to kind of access all of them in one place. So in June, we actually launched a small and medium business hub called Grow with Google, where we took all of these relevant resources and tools and put them in one place. So, and that hub is actually available right now in both English and in Hindi. So anyone can go there and really figure out like how they can, not just get online, but also drive business and move, move at a pace which they want to move at, right? And for that, I just want to talk about a recent initiative that we launched. In fact, we came together with FICCI and several other partners in the ecosystem, like companies like Zoho, Instamojo, Swiggy, and we launched something called a Make Small Strong initiative, where we actually rallied behind these small and medium businesses. And it was a cry to consumers and industry to really support small and local businesses by buying online and buying locally, leaving reviews for these businesses and ratings for these businesses, and also promoting these businesses in social media so that we can help them generate demand. So these are some examples of how we've been in the recent past trying to help businesses learn, grow and succeed online.
Right, so these would be in fact invaluable resources. Even after this program concludes, one can go back to these online resources that are available and learn from them. We'll continue our conversation, but before that, an inspiring story. Our digital hero today is Namya Foods. Ridhima Arora used her education and professional experience to create a brand of Ayurveda-inspired health food. This is a story.
This is Ridhima Arora. I run a health foods brand called Namya Foods. I belonged to a family business where Ayurvedic herbs was being used, was being sold since 1937. The idea was to sort of create something that could be put to use directly in a modern day living from all these Ayurvedic herbs. In 2019, I finally decided that I had to sort of cover this market, and that's how I thought that Namya should basically start. So I started an online business because I think it gives me the flexibility to reach out to any state, any region, any part of the country without physically being present there. For an online brand, it's very important to create a direct relationship with the customer. So we had to create a website that could represent who we are as a brand. And that actually became our focal point for any and every interaction that was happening with the customer. So I think we've tried to create content in terms of blogs, in terms of videos, in terms of social media lives that we've done, and sort of clarified and engaged with the customer beyond the kind of products we do. So by doing all of these things, I think we've seen an incremental growth in the number of customers that have started purchasing from us. We've seen 62% growth from a pre-COVID time. And I think from where we began 1.5 years back to now, we've seen almost 3 times growth in the sales number month to month. I think the intent is to go outside India, get recognition for Ayurveda and get recognition for Indian-based foods. So a brand's identity is also your own individual identity, and I was just trying to communicate something that I'm so passionate about. And I think we have now created a place in the customer's heart.
And taking forward our conversation, Saurabh Tiwari, Joint Secretary, Cabinet Secretariat, continues to be with us. Saurabh ji, if you look at the manner in which the government has come forward to help support newer enterprises, newer businesses, startups, for that matter, from that experience, what has been the experience? What has been the learnings from the hand-holding that the government has done for newer businesses? We know about your association with DBT, direct benefit transfer, extensive online transactions that have been promoted now. How have all of these helped in promoting, in supporting newer businesses that take the first step towards the digital world?
As far as direct benefit transfer is concerned, the first thing that we have done is to put money into the bank accounts of the citizens in a digital manner. So right from its inception, we have put in more than 13 lakh crore rupees of money into the bank accounts of the citizens digitally. And once the money is put digitally, it becomes much easier for the citizen and the whole ecosystem to use it also in a digital manner. Even during the pandemic, the DBT system was a great success, and this year we have been able to put in around 2.2 lakh crores of rupees into the bank account of the citizens. The second thing that we have done to build up this ecosystem is to open bank accounts, because that was a missing link in the whole ecosystem, and we have today more than 100 crore bank accounts, out of which around 40 crores are Jan Dhan accounts. That is the accounts which are for the people on the at the end of the queue. And in the DBT program for the pandemic, in the Jan Dhan account of the ladies, we were able to put in money directly, 500 rupees per month. So that was a big success. The other part which came up recently is the government's initiative in order to help the MSMEs in order to look into their problems, in order to create a better environment where they could use the available resources during the ecosystem and come out of it. The other thing that we have done is that we are trying to build an app of apps called Umang, wherein all the government services would be available on one platform, and this platform can be used by the citizens in order to avail various services of the government and also to make digital transactions, especially with regard to their pensions, with regard to the payment of their utility bills, etc., so that the digital push gets the leverage that it needs. And further, the ecosystem is being developed for the RuPay card, and it is now going. It has now gone international also. So all this help create an ecosystem where the MSMEs can feel.
So, a host of initiatives that have been taken by the government to empower the MSMEs. Dilip Chinoy, if I can come to you, in your previous comment, you talked about how it requires a 360-degree attention to the business to really create an identity for it, particularly the point that you mentioned about customer engagement. If you could tell us a little more, because digital tools can be a great enabler as far as connecting with customers is concerned, getting their reviews, getting their feedback is concerned. That goes a long way in establishing a business, making it world-class perhaps.
Yeah, Shubhendu, but just before I come to that, I'd like to actually add on to what Mr. Saurabh said. You know, if you want to supply to government, right, and if you're not on the government e-marketplace, you can't do it. So for all small and medium enterprises and everybody who wants to actually supply to government or in public sector undertakings, right, please go on to the GEM portal and register yourself. That's the first thing which, you know, I think everyone needs to come. It may have come up in your earlier
it did, yes.
Program, but I just want to remind people here. To answer your question really is, now, you know, what is digital response, right? So if you're on a e-market platform, it is one thing. So if you get onto an e-marketplace, when your product is there, it will say that this delivery is, you know, here, and when you click, then, you know, your order is placed and your payment is processed, you get a good kind of feedback that, okay, your product is on the way. And then you can track your product. Now, supposing you're not on the e-marketplace and you have your own website and you want to do that. So you need to be able to respond to queries on your website in real time. Or if you're on multiple social, if you're on, you know, in multiple kind of channels there, if you're on LinkedIn and Facebook and, you know, having a website, the first thing that any customer requires is for you to be able to respond to them there. So your ability and your real-time ability to respond to queries is there. It can all be automated. You know, Google has, as mentioned by Shalini, has these great learning tools, both the app and both online. So you can automate it. The second thing is that you need to be able to, you know, take pictures, right? And enable that to actually be uploaded on sites. And so you need to be also pretty good, or you can go to professional help. In these days of lockdown, a lot of people actually did, you know, pictures themselves. The third thing you need a reliable delivery partner. If you don't have a reliable delivery partner who can track it, then the order fulfillment actually becomes a problem there. So you need to build a partnership, or you need to actually go on there. And of course, like I said earlier, the ability to respond to a customer complaint in real time, you know, and it's so easy to get alerts on your phone, etc., etc. So basically, online is a 24/7 business. It is not it's not like opening a shop in the morning and closing in the evening.
Right.
You can have the facility there. Okay, I'll get back to you. But then there are 2 or 3 things which actually showed in the last few months One was, the campaign which the Prime Minister and the Textile Minister took out on during the Handloom Week, right? Where you had social media influencers actually,
Right.
coming out and saying and promoting handloom or vocal for Diwali very recently. Now, I found and I got a lot of responses that, I put on photos of, kurtas and different things from different places. A lot of people got back to me and said, we went to the website of that thing, but they were unable to deliver. So, the entire activation that you got, you need to then be able to, I like the Ayurveda story that was just put out, but then going digital typically increases your demand a few X times. And you get demands from different corners where you never had a presence, right? So if you're restricted,
Right.
if the delivery is restricted, you can say, okay, guys, I'm only giving in these zones. Like if you go to many sites and say, put in your PIN code.
Right. I get that.
Your
Right.
PIN code is not. So, you have to watch out for these things and you have to make your communication to your customer very realistic and believable and build trust. A brand without trust,
Right.
cannot survive.
The trust factor is a crucial one. You correctly highlighted, sir. Shalini, ma'am, if I can come to you. Google is an international organization. Perhaps in some different part of the world, it's doing a similar job of helping a smaller business go online. But if you look at India, we looked at some data about the potential of India's retail platform, how much scope there is for e-retail in the years to come. What is your assessment of the unique potential, the scope of Indian market and the unique potential of Indian entrepreneurs, many of whom perhaps already are associated with you?
Sure. I think, at Google, our mission is really to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible. And it's no different in India, right? We've been working to bring the power of internet to every single citizen. And in fact, in 2019, we outlined our vision, which is to help as many Indians as possible to have access to the internet, and that also includes the SMB community. Interestingly, about 4 years ago, about 68% of India's SMBs said that they were completely offline, that they had no presence online, right? So they've of course come a long way since then, and I'm not sure if you heard, but we also have an initiative in Google called the Next Billion Users Initiative,
Okay.
Where we've made, we've kind of brought a level playing field to ensure that the internet is useful for everyone. So Android is a great example where we've worked with high quality devices, to make sure that it's available in multiple Indian languages. We've made sure that we have access to Gboard, Google Assistant, and also introduced offline capabilities for a market like India in like global products like YouTube and in Maps, right? Now,
Right. Those tools we'll talk further, Shalini ma'am. There are a couple of questions that have also come from our viewers. We'll look at those questions now. The first question comes on Facebook from Prakash. Let's have the question. Now, Prakash is asking, what is a good place to get skills for online business management? Do I have to enroll in a course? And Saurabhji, if I can bring that question to you, skill development, unique particular skills to excel on digital platforms are crucial. On that front, if you could take us through the initiatives taken by the government and how significant is dedicated skills for digital age, digital platform, digital businesses?
The digital literacy is one of the keystones of having a digital program running. And while we talk of digital literacy, literacy itself is many times an issue. So the government is committed on both those fronts, that is skilling the digital literacy and also, but in addition to that, we have a skill development program, and there is a full-fledged ministry of skill development, and this ministry is coordinating with the various ministries, including the Ministry of Information Technology, wherein there are dedicated courses, there are dedicated modules wherein the people can enroll and they can get the digital education that is required for their enterprises. There are many organizations under Ministry of Information Technology who are into this field, and they are organizing various programs throughout the country in order to address the digital literacy and the skills that are required in order to upgrade and in order to participate in the digital ecosystem.
Right. And Shalini ma'am, I stopped you earlier because I wanted to get your inputs on this particular question as well. The good thing about the resources that is provided by Google is that a lot of it for digital literacy, for those wanting to learn for the first time, these are available for free on the website, and people can approach and learn from them anytime.
Yes, absolutely. Most of our actually all of our learning platforms are pretty much free. I talked about Digital Unlocked, which is a website which has video-based, learning lessons on how you can kind of bring your business online. We also have a free learning app called Primer. It's available in English, Hindi, and Telugu. And the best thing about Primer is it also works if you don't have network coverage. So it works offline, which is also really awesome. And I think I'd be remiss if I don't also mention YouTube as a free kind of learning platform, because we talked, Technical Guruji, I think, talked about how people are coming onto YouTube to really learn new skills. And it's no different for businesses. Businesses have come online to YouTube to learn a ton of things, whether it's about branding, whether it's about growing, what kind of tools they can access, and all of that is available for free on YouTube too. So tons of resources and all of it free.
Right. On a side note, when our program concludes, our series will be available on YouTube as well, and that too can form as perhaps a useful source of information. Let's look at the next question that came in from one of our viewers. Kiran has asked a question on Facebook. She asked, selling similar products on e-commerce platform, how to create distinct seller identity and boost my business. That's a question coming in from Facebook from Kiran. Dilip Chinoji, if I can bring that question to you. You earlier did talk about the factors of trust, about 360-degree attention to the manner in which the business is conducted. Here, the person is asking about creating a distinct identity while perhaps you're doing something similar to what other sellers are doing. How do you do that?
So, if you look at most e-commerce sites, right, they do listings, if say either alphabetically, or you can take an advertisement on the e-commerce site and a sponsored ad. But fundamentally, if it's Shalini, me, or you, or Saurabhji go on to a website to buy something, what really sways us is the rating. How good is the rating of that product, on that website. And the more number of people that have rated for a higher rating, the more likely, one is actually going to, buy that product. The second thing is, a lot of people go onto the website to buy a product which they had a physical experience for, right? And they want to actually get it, but they can't travel to get it at this point of time. And I just want to take one very interesting example. I don't know how many of you know that there is in Lawrence Road in Amritsar, there is a small aam papad wala who's actually, his shop is under a tree. He was only physical. He actually sold it under a thela. Then he went digital. His sales have multiplied 100 times, and now he actually sells it, around the country, and in fact around the world. So if you have a good physical brand, and then you get into online presence, and when you're online, you've got to actually ensure that you have good ratings. And if you're otherwise on internet or on other platforms, try and see how you can use a tool like search engine optimization. I'm sure on the Google platforms you'll have good learnings on how to do that. But these are the ways you can actually do. But I come back to the fundamental point that word of mouth and good experience travels slowly. A bad experience goes viral, in a few seconds. So just focus on satisfying customers, and focus on your good products and good delivery, and you will succeed in the online space.
Right. Saurabhji, would you like to add something to it? When the government tries to handhold, support newer enterprises, startups, do you also guide them as to how to create that distinct identity for oneself from the other, who perhaps may be doing a similar business?
As far as the government is concerned, government would encourage the quality products that are coming, but it would be agnostic to any particular brand or any particular product, because as government we have to look at everyone. Sure. And we can't make a distinction of promoting some brand or trying to show some other brand in not such a good light. So as far as government is concerned, of course we encourage quality, but on the branding part we can't pick one or the other.
Right. Dilipji, I'll come to you. Now when Prime Minister says invest in digital tools, we just learned how a lot of learning resources for digital literacy may be free. So what kind of investment in money, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of manpower, are we looking at for smaller, medium businesses in particular?
Actually, it is less than going out for a meal. Okay, so there are two. Let's be actually clear. There are three types of infrastructure investments that you need to make, right? So it depends on the size of the business and the number of products that you have. Okay. So first, of course, you need to create a digital catalog. You've got to invest in yourself in training or getting hold of people who can actually make a digital catalog for you. Preferable is to get onto the training. So first investment is actually creating a digital, catalog. The second is being able to have a digital connection to be able to upload this on, if you're going through a various e-commerce site, then, upload it on their site, right? And then of course there's or if you're creating your own site, you need to create a website. So therefore you need to pay for hosting that website. Some people actually provide you initial benefits for hosting it free for a period of time. And then you got to be able to update and maintain your website here. You would also need to actually invest in a payment gateway. There's actually no investment required.
Right.
There's investment, and then a partnership with delivery. Now, typically, the delivery person charges you something, right? The e-commerce site may take a percentage of your sales. So, you got to actually look at it, therefore, and if you have a payment gateway, the payment gateway also may have a bit of a percentage on each transaction, although the government has actually mandated certain things where there is no transaction fee below a certain amount. So this is the type, but the most investment is in your time, right? Because you got to allocate time, and then every time you got to refresh. If your website is too static, and not responsive, maybe
right.
You can also, there are professional organizations who actually do search engine optimization, so that might be a small charge there. Or if you invest time in yourself and you can actually do that, it is possible. But these are the fundamental investments
right.
that you need to make in terms of time. But it is guaranteed if your product is good, right? If your customer experience is good, you recoup it very, very quickly.
And then these tools can perhaps help you better to take your business forward. Shalini ma'am, an aspect of trust came up, a very important one. Whether we talk about trust between the business and the customer, or the business and the stakeholders in it, as a service provider, as a platform on which a lot of businesses go online, how significant do you see this aspect? Because trust is also closely related with safety, the trust that the business may have on the platform on which he or she is taking the business. How do you view this particular aspect of taking business online?
I was just saying that, safety, privacy, very, very important for both businesses and for consumers. So it is a very critical piece that you have to pay attention to. And in general, I'll say digital platforms are safe and trusted, by both public and private organizations. But exactly like in the physical world, both users and businesses have to practice their basic precautions, right? And ensure that they are providing a safe and convenient online experience. If you're a business, you have to ensure that you are providing a safe and convenient, online experience for your consumers. And if you're a consumer, you have to ensure that you take precautions to make sure that you don't, kind of get any kind of issues with working with certain businesses. So maybe just some quick tips for both businesses and for consumers, right? Make sure passwords is, I think, one piece that you have to pay a lot of attention to.
Right.
Make sure that you have unique and strong passwords. Make sure that you change your passwords on time. Make sure that you never share your passwords, whether it's for your UPI, app, or if it's for just your any kind of service provider that you're using, right? The second is make sure that you are also installing software which is reliable. Never click on anything that may look suspicious, because that's why it's very important that you also don't you're not distracted when you are transacting online. Specifically when you're transacting online, don't ever transact if you're distracted, because that could definitely cause errors.
Absolutely, those are simpler ways in staying safe online and also taking your business forward. On that note, let me thank all our three guests for joining us today. Saurabh Tiwari ji, Dilip Chenoy ji, Shalini Girish ma'am. Thank you very much for joining us for this engaging conversation. We all got to learn much from it. Thank you very much. Now, the journey of Namaste Digital has been a journey of learning and realizations. Realization that if we try, if we believe, we too can adopt to the digital tools and technology. Our experts created that sense of confidence in us. Let's now go back for a moment to all the experts who we met on the way.
Internet and digital tools are transforming the way customers interact with businesses across every single step. There are more than 50 crore internet users already in India, and this number is growing every single day. Every year, more and more internet users are searching online for businesses near them. With a smartphone and an internet connection, you can create and update your business profile or page just like you create your personal profile online and stay in touch with your customers. Most of these tools are available online for free. Many of these tools you may already be using for personal purposes. The first thing any business needs is an online presence. This is like having your address online, similar to the physical address of your shop or business in the real world. Customers who are looking for businesses like yours need to know where to find you and how to get in touch with you.
Posts, updates, pictures, reviews, and even product listings. You can use these features to regularly update your customers about the look and feel of your business, your products, and your offerings. What you show on your profile is like the display section of your shop. But isn't it even better if these happy customers can tell even other people about how they like your business? Make it easy for users to contact you, find your location, and know about your business hours. Keep your customers updated about your business and offerings through engaging posts, pictures, and videos. And finally, keep interacting with customers through reviews, ratings, feedback, and comments on your profile.
Especially in recent times, the internet helped us stay connected and helped us collaborate with each other, no matter where we or our customers were. Once you're connected with these customers, how can you interact with them further, even if you can't meet them in person? The answer is simple, and is something you may already be using in your daily lives for your own personal use: group video calling tools. There are some specially designed tools for businesses to connect, and the best part is that you can start using many of these tools for free with access to helpful features such as group meetings, screen sharing, and even more. One essential feature that is really helpful to businesses and educators is screen sharing. You can show others the content on your screen such as documents, videos, pictures, and more. And now that you're not limited by physical interactions, you can work with clients and customers from different geographies. This increases your potential market size and gives you more opportunities to run and grow your business.
With over 45 crore smartphone users in India, mobile is the new wallet. Let's talk about how digital payment tools help small businesses like yours. By accepting digital payments, you get the money directly in your bank account or mobile wallet, saving you the time spent on trips to the bank to deposit money every day. Accepting digital payments can help you build a transaction history that can improve your financial profile and make it easier to access loans and avail many schemes. Also, with the help of many digital payment tools, you can keep a track of your receivables or payables more accurately and thus getting a control on your cash flows. Most importantly, digital payments are safer than cash in many aspects. Product is always safe to use for financial transactions.
Today, I am going to share how can you bring your own business online and start selling to customers everywhere across the country and potentially even beyond. There are many ways you can use e-commerce to reach more customers and increase sales. Now, the key benefits of selling online that are especially relevant in the current times are: the first is increased reach. You can sell to customers anywhere in the country or the world. You are always open. You yourself can run your business from anywhere. It's simple and anyone can do it. There are many solutions available and they broadly fall in two categories. The first category is creating your own online storefront, e-commerce portal and selling directly to customers. Second category is listing your products online with the help of an online marketplace or an aggregator. Some tips for the success of your online storefront. Invest in a domain name. Having your own domain name and website gives your business a more professional look and helps in creating its own identity for customers. High quality product pictures and videos and well written informative content will help your customers make the purchase. Leverage search engines and social media to promote your business.
So remember, it's easy, you can do it, and every small step you take can help your business as well as your customers.
Now it's always difficult to say goodbye. I feel an invisible bond has formed between you and Namaste Digital team. Hope after all these weeks, the world of digital is less intimidating and a little more exciting for you. Hope you will remember the lessons that we learned together on the stage. Use the tools to take your business forward. We now leave you with some memories of digital heroes who we met on this memorable journey. I hope one day you and your business becomes a success like them. And when that happens, we, the team of Namaste Digital, will be most proud. Wish you good times, good health. Namaskar.
मैं अपनी फैमिली का पहला मेंबर हूँ जिसका खुद का अपना बिजनेस है।
मैं पिछले 26 साल से एक फैशन बुटीक चला रही हूँ।
I am an apparel designer turned home chef.
The pandemic has been extremely challenging for everyone.
लॉकडाउन अनाउंस हुआ तो हम लोग कोई भी जो है इस तरीके की डिजीज के लिए बिल्कुल भी तैयार नहीं थे। टाइम के बारे में कोई आइडिया नहीं, ये कब तक चलेगा।
But I kept going और मैंने कभी भी सीखना नहीं छोड़ा कुछ भी।
मैं तो 100% इस विश्वास को रखता हूँ अपने मन में कि सीखने की कोई उम्र नहीं होती है।
I did not give up and I just stuck to what I loved to do.
The only option at that point of time was to try and get the business going online.
During lockdown एक चीज रियलाइज हुई कि हम अगर फिजिकली स्टोर अपना ओपन ना भी करते हैं, हम लोग ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर्स भी ले करके अच्छा बिजनेस कर सकते हैं।
तो हमने छोटा सा स्टूडियो बनाया हुआ है अपने स्टोर में, जहां फोन से ही मैं क्लिक करती हूँ और फोन से ही मैं अपलोड कर देती हूँ।
Digital payments are, I think, the best thing that could have happened to small businesses. All my customers find it very, very convenient.
So around August, we started our own website, Dwatra.in, and now we are able to deliver across India. It's been extremely satisfying to know that I'm able to reach all through the country with the help of the internet and online platforms.
मुझे लगता है हम इस टफ सिचुएशन से और मजबूत होकर के निकलेंगे।
जब दुनिया आपको जानने लगती है तो डेफिनेटली बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है।
ऑनलाइन बिजनेस है, इसका एक बहुत अच्छा फ्यूचर है एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू स्टे। तो आप आज नहीं तो कल अडॉप्ट करोगे, तो कल क्यों अडॉप्ट कर रहे हो, आज ही अडॉप्ट कर लो।